Now, I want to come down to being very practical. I want to tell you how to receive. Doubtless, many of you have received. I think it's improbable that in a gathering this size, all of you have received. Not merely am I telling you this for the sake of those who have not received, although I have you first and foremost in mind, but I'm also telling you this as a pattern for instructing people on how to receive the Holy Spirit. And I want to tell you that I know it works. I have proved it in experience. I'm not offering a theory. Ruth and I were with a team in Zambia about 2 years ago now, and there was a gathering of about 7,000 Africans in a very remote part of Zambia, and I taught them very carefully and systematically the work of the cross, deliverance from curse, deliverance from demons, which is essential in Africa. And then the fourth morning, I brought them to the teaching on the Holy Spirit, and I taught them almost exactly what I've been teaching you. And then I said, now I want to teach you how to receive. And when I brought them to the point of receiving, I said, from now on, I don't want you to talk another word in your own language, only a new language. There was a pause of about 1 minute, and then one man began to speak in a new tongue, and in the next 30 seconds, I think at least 4,000 people received the baptism of the Holy Spirit simultaneously. And this, not on the same scale, I've seen duplicated in many places. I was in a Catholic church in Austria some time earlier. The Catholic priest invited me to tell the people about the baptism and speaking in tongues. When you've got the priest on your side in the Catholic Church, you can't lose. I mean, you're just the same as if you were the prophet Elijah. So I told them just what I'm telling you. There were about 900 people in that church. When I said, how many of you want to receive? At least 500 came forward, gave them this simple instruction, and away they went, speaking in tongues and then singing in tongues. And I'll tell you, that beautiful stone and marble building heard sounds that I think had never been heard in it before. What a wonderful sight. 500 people, all newly baptized in the Holy Spirit, worshiping the Lord, singing in tongues. You see, once you turn Catholics loose, there's no stopping them. You just don't know where they'll end up. Protestants have got a lot of inhibitions. They question whether the preacher is right and is this doctrine sound. As long as it comes from the authority in the Catholic Church, that's it. There's a lot to be said for that, though it does breed problems also. Now, I want to say one more thing, very important. The distinctive seal of the baptism in the Holy Spirit is speaking with tongues. Some people call it the evidence. Actually, I prefer myself to call it the culmination of the baptism. It's not the immersion, it's not the infilling, but what is it? It's the outflow. Now you can stop short of the outflow. Lots of people have been filled with the Spirit, but they never had the outflow. But why stop short of the outflow? And Paul speaks about receiving the seal of the Holy Spirit, both in Ephesians and in Corinthians. A seal is something that's placed on an object, whatever it may be, a package, whatever, that marks it out visibly. It's not invisible. It's something that distinguishes it from all others. That's what the seal of the Holy Spirit is. It distinguishes those people from all others. You're a marked person once you've received the Holy Spirit. Marked by men, and be warned also, marked by Satan. Now, the seal that I see in the New Testament, this is my personal view, is speaking with other tongues. And I make these 4 comments. Number 1, it was the seal the apostles received. They tarried for about 10 days, but once they spoke in tongues, they never tarried again. And incidentally, nobody ever did tarry for the baptism after that. The idea that you have to wait around for weeks, months, or even years is unscriptural. After Pentecost, there was no more tarrying. I met a man in a Pentecostal church once, 25, he said, I've been tarrying for the baptism 25 years. I said, I know your problem. You want God to do it all. He said, that's right, I want it all to be God. I said, you'll never get it. God will do his part, and you have to do yours. And I can easily believe he went to the grave without speaking in tongues. Tarrying is not scriptural after Pentecost. All right. It was the seal the apostles received. It was the seal they recognized in others. The outstanding example is the household of Cornelius. Peter didn't even believe that Gentiles could become Christians. The moment he heard them speak in tongues, he said, baptize them. They've received the same as we have. He didn't wait around for fruit. He didn't check if they knew the doctrines. He said, they've received. They never asked for any other seal. And the New Testament offers no other alternative seal. I think we've got seal and alternative the wrong way around there, but you're all smart enough to be able to put the words in the right order, I'm sure.